now one of our feature attractions, super lightweights, Mourad, ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome across the ring in the blue corner, proudly wearing the championship belt. He's been dubbed the Tiger, part of Jamal Hassan Academy. Unbeaten, would you welcome Houssie Mourad. He's a fighting machine, proudly wearing the trunks of a touch of green, white and red. Across the ring from West Sunshine, part of the West Side, Pat Christophe Gym. 4 outs, 3 wins. Voted by the Professional Boxing Control Board, voted by the Malcolm McGuinness as the Wonder Boy on the last big Pat Christophe show. 4, 3 and 1, wearing total black trunks. Would you welcome Tony Antoniou? Tony Antoniou. Okay, this bout proudly presented by GLE, LWE, not Howard Lee, that's me, GLE Real Estate. Great supporters of Pat Christophe and Albert Paul River College, John Shear. Wonderful real estate, new properties, new housing, land, you name it. Real estate booming in Melbourne's western region. See GLE Real Estate. Mythos Cafe Bar, Amino Active, Sandbook Bar, Brunette Car Center, Road Safety, right Chris. Seconds out, round 1.
Underway in the first round of action. This should be a corker of a fight between the Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou, and the Tiger, Houssie Mourad. Essentially a brilliant kicker in the Wonder against a fantastic boxer in Houssie Mourad. The Western Wonder, I like to call him Mr. Fabulous with those great kicks of his. And there's the wicked hand combinations of Mourad. Already this has proven to be something special.
Well, Tony's going to have to keep Hussein away because if he gets in close, he's a very powerfully built fighter. As we've seen in the last bout, the stockier of the two is Hussein, and if he gets in there, could be a little bit of trouble for Tony Antoniou.
Hussein moving with those clobbering hands early on. Backing Antoniou into the neutral corner. The Western Wonder just barreling his way out of there, firing back with some hand combinations of his own. Hussein catches him with a knife left hand. He goes down. An early blow there for the Western Wonder. The left hand caught him sweet. Houssie Mourad charges across the ring. Antoniou in trouble early on. Fires out the high left round kick. Another high left round kick there by the Western Wonder. Mourad backing him against the ropes, trying to fire in that lethal right hand. Third man in centre ring, referee Chris Nicolau.
Antoniou has to keep his hands up, Michael, because Mourad is going to get in with those big hooks, and that's going to do the damage. And he's got to start using his kicks a lot more front on instead of those step-up side kicks, possibly front kicks or roundhouse kicks to the head. But definitely he's got to keep Mourad away from him.
What a torrid first round there for the Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou. Copying quite a few knocks on the jaw there, Mark.
Well, he moves into the second round, but this break could do him the world of good. But he's going to have his attacks launched a lot more straight on to Mourad. It was Mourad's coming in and closing that gap quite effectively, just slipping inside or around that step-up side kick.
Let's rumble in the second round of action between the Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou, and the Tiger, Houssie Mourad. It was Mourad who came out smoking in the first round. And let's see what Mr. Fabulous can produce in the second round. The Western Wonder just lining up there with the spinning back kick to begin the round. Mourad moving in immediately with that big left hand. Will Antoniou's fabulous kicks be able to overcome the sheer power, the destructive power of Houssie Mourad?
Hands up!
Side kick by Antoniou. Mourad just charging after him. Antoniou being made to work. Careers those left and right round kicks into the ribs. Mourad just tying him up. Inside leg kick, nice and close.
Hands up, hands up.
Well, I tell you what, Mourad is certainly powering up. Have a look at him. He's always a walk-up fighter. Antoniou has to power up a little with his own kicks and put him into the legs. He's got to power right up with those kicks rather than just throwing them out as a token gesture.
Oh, the huge left round kick there by the Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou. Caught him sweet. The count being applied here by referee Chris Nicolau. The Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou, is fired back in the second round of action. This might infuriate Mourad. Mourad comes out smoking with the left hand. Can the Wonder get him again? The crowd rallying behind Mr. Fabulous Tony Antoniou. A high left round kick by the Western Wonder. He had a troubled first round. He's coming on strong in the second. Drills a body shot downstairs, does Antoniou.
Hands up, Steve! Hands up!
A spinning back kick to end the second round of action, and that round goes the way of Antoniou, Mark.
Well, what a great round from Tony Antoniou, showing a lot of heart and coming back in the second round. Mourad, being the walk-up fighter, is good that he has to close the gap and work Tony hard, but he's also getting caught on the way in, and that is the danger point there. But this is a crackerjack fight, very much a contrast of styles, and it's going to go down to the wire, or into the third round anyway, and I look forward to see the remainder of this fight.
Of this absolute ripper of a clash, a high left round kick to start it from the Western Wonder. In my scorecard, he lost the first round, definitively won the second round, and it's Mourad charging him across the ring in the third round of action. Antoniou fires in the front kick off the left leg. Listen to the crowd go wild. They're going bananas here at Eden's Garden. The Western Wonder putting on a real show. Hussein Mourad looking a little worse for wear. Antoniou, the intestinal fortitude. It's been the fight of the night so far. Mourad inside leg kick. Antoniou tries to go for the uppercut, gets underneath the hand very nicely. A good bit of evasion there from the Western Wonder. Oh, leg kick it was there by Mourad, found the mark, might have connected to the knee of Tony Antoniou. These are two battle-weary warriors in the ring. Mourad trying to work in the body shots. Antoniou just dancing out of trouble, sticking out that left-legged side kick to the solar plexus. High left round kick there by the Western Wonder.
Well, certainly Antoniou's Taekwondo background is kicking right in here for him. He's got to keep pushing though, because Mourad, you can be sure that he'll keep powering up. None of Jamal's boys ever give up easy, and certainly Hussein Mourad is no exception.
The third round of action, what a sensational bout we're seeing between the boy wonder Tony Antoniou and Hussein Mourad. Fourth and final round of action, super lightweight action between the Western Wonder Tony Antoniou and Hussein Mourad. It has been an absolute thrill ride so far. Well-checked leg kick there. Hussein just poking him with the right hand, warning not to catch the leg. Hussein needs to produce a good final round. I believe he lost the second and the third in my scorecard. He won the first.
Well, Michael, Tony Antoniou's literally kicking the riding off his shorts. He's using that lead leg so much. The riding's coming straight off those shorts, but I'd have to say on work rate and effectively landing techniques, he'd have to be slightly ahead on the scorecards.
The one that just sticks him with the left hand. They're all tied up. They both expended a lot of energy. Boxer versus kickboxer, or kicker essentially. Tony Antoniou hailing from a taekwondo background. Calls from Hussein's corner to snap out of it and snap into action. He backs Antoniou into the blue corner, connects with a vicious left hand, but Antoniou fires out and finishes it off with a high left round kick. That's what the crowd want to see.
Well, to date, there's always been a bit of a wonder, if you pardon the pun, on Tony Antoniou as to whether he could take it in a hard fight, because he's had fairly easy wins, I'd say. But certainly he's being tested here by Houssie Mourad from the Jamal Hassan Academy. But I'd have to say Tony Antoniou would be answering the critics quite well and showing that that he's got it.
We recommence in this bout. Calls from Hussein's corner to go ballistic in these dying moments. But a high side kick to the face by Tony Antoniou. It's sheer brilliance by the Western Wonder. Absolutely sensational. Will you look at that? That is sheer brilliance. My word, he brought the house down with that technique. The Western Wonder, blood flowing from the nose of Houssie Mourad. If you only see one kick in your lifetime, that's the one you want to see. The high side kick from the Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou, and that's why they call him Mr. Fabulous. We thought Houssie Mourad was right on top of him in the first round. Antoniou came back in the second and third, and a spinning hook kick by the Western Wonder. He is on fire here tonight. The crowd have gone bananas. A sugathon, a war. It's one of the fights of the year. It's pandemonium. What a standing ovation. My word. Absolute grace in motion. Tony Antoniou, brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. A standing ovation for Mr. Fabulous, the Western Wonder, Tony Antoniou.